Give the body back to Mark.
Hello, everybody. My name is Puppetine from the Geeky Puppet Show here on the Geeky Puppet Show today with, of course, Zach and Froggy to talk about Moon Knight, episode 2 of season 1. It's a mini-series, so it might just be this, but
I hope not. At this rate, I hope it gets a second season.
It's a mini-series just like me.
Yeah, you do look awfully small back there, don't you?
That's what your wife said to you.
He's a tadpole.
No. He doesn't have legs. He doesn't. While he doesn't have legs,
You should see my third leg.
No, I don't think I want to.
The second time tonight, Frog. That's the second time.
Konshu is watching you, says Miranda.
I've never showed you my leg before. You
don't need to see him.
Nope.
Anyway, we are back once again because Moon Knight is here. Obviously, spoilers. It's in the title, but if you don't want them, you better go.
You've had 14 hours to watch it.
Yeah, that's right. You had 14 hours. What did you do? You just came here anyway. But we are back to talk about Moon Knight. And this episode changes things because now Stephen Grant knows about the other lives within him. At least one of them.
One other life so far, yeah.
And an ancient Egyptian god.
Yeah, with the bird skull for a head.
Moon god.
He's a doctor.
He's the plague doctor.
Yes.
A little bit. Miranda says it's sad that the 2-minute recap of the last episode made more sense the whole first episode. I disagree. I think the first episode made sense in its trippy kind of way.
It made sense, but it took the scenic route to get to the town of Sense. I think
you could tell because of the roads they were on.
That's true. He made a joke.
I gotta say though, now we know what the fuck's going on.
Well, I knew what was going on in the first episode.
Hey, I'm never gonna drop F-bombs. I'm gonna do it all night long.
Oh no.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
No, I don't like it either. But
did I ask for your feelings? No, I did not.
Well, you know what doesn't care about your feelings? Facts.
Oh, or Konshu.
Or Konshu. Konshu doesn't care about your feelings.
Hey, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I've never gone by the facts because the facts can be construed by people who want to make facts into reality when they're just fiction.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I think we just drove off topic. Like the topic's a road, we just went off the cliff.
No one's driving here, genius.
Driving I can pull this stream around anytime I want. Anyway,
this is why
crazy.
We never have
right along and such a good
me
time.
and Dr. Vinkman, we never have this problem when we do the humans only streams.
You know what?
That was a low blow, Zach.
Zach, I have to tell you something. Puppetine and I, we're your conscience.
You're the good one then.
Yes, I am.
You're on my right side and you're the left, so you're the bad one. That makes sense. That tracks, actually.
Yes. You know why? Because I'm the fun one.
Okay.
Anyway.
But getting back to Moon Knight, in this episode, Steven decides afterwards, because he wakes up in bed.
Ooh la la.
No, not ooh la la. He just wakes up in bed.
By himself, solo. Nothing.
Rhaegar, you are not 12. You're not 12. Yes. What is this?
You know what though? I gotta point out. What if he identifies as 12?
Well, I don't care about trans ageism. So.
What?
Anyway, back to the show. Yes.
There's a show?
Yes, that we're here to talk about.
What kind of show?
Moon Knight.
Oh, a full
yes.
show.
Yes. So Steven in this episode decides to go searching for answers, and he follows some of the items that he's collected of specifically these keys, and he goes ahead and goes to storage facilities around town and he's lost his job, and so he doesn't have much else to do
Because he broke the toilet.
you break the toilet like that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But you see, as he goes around and finally finds the right storage facility, and he's let in. Hey, I know you, and he's led into his room or his area, and inside, once left alone, is a small room. There's a cot, and there's a duffel bag, and inside, he looks through. There's the scarab, and finally, after an episode of Mark basically ignoring him, he says, "Listen, hey, you put that down. Come here. Let me explain something to you. I know what I'm doing. I know you need to let me finish what I have to do, and then you'll never see me again. That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy." Mm-hmm. And Steven listens to this for a moment, and he's like, "No, I'm never giving you back my body again. Are you crazy?"
And this is why Steven needs to die. This is as far as we know, because they started out in the middle of this. We don't know who is the original personality.
That's true. We don't know who was first, if it was Steven or if it was Mark. That's true.
Obviously, it seems like Mark was first because he has a passport and all this stuff.
He has a past, period.
And, yes.
Rhaegar.
Once.
Oh. I've never had that experience with Taco Bell. I actually like Taco Bell.
It's always rumored. I think it's a rumor.
I broke a toilet once. It was fun.
Were you swimming up it?
I don't swim up the canal.
Did you get flushed down it?
You never swim against the water.
Did you get abandoned? Did a family own you and then just decide you were too much?
Actually, true story about my origins. I grew up in New York in the sewers.
That explains a lot.
That explains a lot
I had 4 brothers.
No, you're not a turtle.
How did you end up with just the name Froggy? You've got 4 Renaissance artists and then Frog.
Because they went famous and I was excommunicated from the family.
Okay, Picasso. Anyway. Get it back.
I like that.
Do it.
So yeah, at this point,
you know what?
Steven,
you know what? It's Mr. Picasso to you son of a
Steven says no, and he runs away. And because as he's going out, Konshu starts showing up in the halls, and he's like, "Give it back, give it back," because he doesn't want. He doesn't like dealing with people.
Give me baby back, ribs. That's what he's saying, right?
I want more baby back, baby back, baby back. No, I don't think that.
He's going to Chili's for baby back ribs.
No. And so he eventually ends up outside, and who's there? It's a woman.
And she says,
"Mark." And Steven doesn't have an answer. And in his mind, Mark is telling him, "Go away, run away." But Steven ultimately gets on the bike with her, and he's holding on to her shoulder, and she's just asking him all sorts of questions that he doesn't know the answer to, because, well, he's not Mark Grant. Or no, he's not Mark Spector. Jeez.
Yeah.
Spector? I hardly know her.
Oh, no. Well, ultimately, they end up back at his flat, and he says that he's going to explain everything to her, saying that he doesn't know anything about Mark, but what he does know is that he's a twit. Yeah. And
Twiddles?
No, not a twiddle. A twit.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Are you at Twiddles or are you at Crennies? You decide.
I thought they were the same.
Are they?
Anyway, there's a point where he's about to show the scarab, and he's saying, "This will. I'm showing you this. All sounds crazy, but look at this." And that's when Mark in his head is telling him, "No, if you show her that, the people that are after you are going to be after her, and they will kill her.
And you'll be responsible.
Yeah, I was really weirded out when she touched the the scarab, and she just basically became one of the Beetleborgs. That was crazy.
Well, she does ultimately dig into the bag because he was about to show something.
For those who hate strong women, don't watch that show because she kicked ass while he looked like an idiot.
Well, here's why
though.
Stephen Grant looked like an idiot. He wasn't Mark Spector, who she's obviously been on past adventures with Mark Spector.
Also, if you don't like white objects, don't watch that show.
Well, that's why Zach watches the show. He loves white objects.
We did so well. We did 10 minutes. I'm so proud of y'all. A new record.
Yes. But it's nice to see you too, Tillium.
Oh, apparently you see my tweet then. It says, we're going to have a white night with Moon Knight.
Oh, my God.
But this is cut short.
Just
she has a scarab, but soon there's a knock at the door. It's 2 police officers.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
My name's not Froggy. I am Pedro.
His name's Picasso.
Yes, Picasso. Yeah, it's me, Picasso. Wait, you got pizza? Okay. Yeah, I'm Froggy. Thank you.
Okay.
That was a close one.
Are people after you, Froggy?
Not people. Ex-wives, man.
Oh, not people.
Rough. Actually, so on that, right before the police officers show up, the reason Layla has been tracking down Mark/Steven is because she wants to get him to sign divorce papers. Right. Because apparently Mark has been separating himself from Layla, I guess to keep her safe. She doesn't know that.
What's really cool though, we do find out about what's his name again? Ethan Hawke's character,
Arthur Hallow.
I want to call him Keith Richards because he's up to see kind of
after this. These two police officers are with Harrow, and they deliver him into this small side London. I don't know.
Yeah, this little neyborhood area, this little community.
And they
I like how he still calls him Stephen Grant from the gift shop.
Because, he's left in the car alone a moment by the police officers, and he is talking to Mark because the officers reveal that Mark is wanted. He's a fugitive. He's committed a ton of crimes.
Yeah,
he namely
executed people at an archaeological.
Let me tell you right now. How do we know they're actually our cops?
Well, they're not. I mean,
they are.
If they are, they're corrupted cops.
Yes.
So. We now enter Gotham City.
But you see, actually, if you have watched our Moon Knight reading, his first issue, then you know this story. How the Bushman was there, but they didn't mention Bushman.
Did he bring beer?
I think they didn't use Bushman because he would have been too close to. I think it was like Killmonger or Barracuda. I think that's the reason they said they didn't use them.
It's because the Disney doesn't want to sponsor any beers. Bush.
Anyway, yes, so he is involved with a terrorist group in Egypt, though, that overtook a dig site. And that's just like the book. But Mark says that Stephen doesn't understand. It's not like they're saying he needs to give the body, but that's when Stephen insists, no. Horrible things happen. You do horrible things. I'm never giving this back. And that's when Harrow reveals himself. He opens the door. Stephen falls out. And he says, look at what I do. Look at my community here. We get together. I know you're vegan. Here, have some lentil soup. He tries to talk him up. And he's basically predicting what Konshu and Mark are saying in his head because he was formerly what are you doing?
I know he's doing like some kind of like exorcist thing up there. Like his head's spinning around and his body's contorting. It's creeping me out.
Ye dead Rose.
Froggy, I am going to take away your camera rights.
You know what? That's not very nice. Take away my camera rights. How dare you?
He'll leave you.
You cannot censor the frog just because he's having a seizure.
He'll leave you with your camera left, so don't worry.
Anyway, where were we? We were saying that Harrow.
Arthur was like explaining like how he's like actually trying to come off as a nice guy. He's like, yeah, this neighborhood was once riddled with crime, but then I came in and Zach, my trial and making everybody my cult. Basically, we turned it into this nice neighborhood. We all speak languages. We all eat vegan soup together and play soccer.
Zach, you know what though?
What?
He's a very nice man.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he is. He also, we find out that he used to be Konshu's avatar before Mark was. Or Steven.
That's what I was saying before Froggy decided to spaz out on us.
Are you throwing up out there? Why do you have the camera?
Why do I have the camera off? Well, you see, I'm being attacked by an Egyptian god.
Oh my gosh.
Finish the job! I need the show!
Yeah, Arthur is like, because Konshu is like following them around, and Steven can see him. Arthur can't, but Arthur is like, is he there? Is he trying to say he's a good guy? Is he trying to like explain or justify himself?
Well, yeah, now it's confirmed before, because remember in the beginning, look at the security footage, it was just him. There was no jackals chasing him.
Yeah, the security camera footage didn't show anything, which, I mean, makes sense. Magic stuff doesn't really show up anywhere. So
3, 2, 1.
Oh, he just cracked his pants.
No, that was.
I'm pretty sure
that's not what it was, but okay.
No. So, at one point, Arthur takes his staff with the 2 crocodile heads. He's like, "Do you know what this is? The goddess Amet has like a sliver of her power in this. I don't want to use it." And Steven's like, "Well, then don't use it." And so that's when his wife comes in. Layla comes in.
Because you see Stephen Grant start to understand. He says, wait a minute. If you're judging people for what the hell is happening? If you're judging people over crimes they might do, you're judging innocent people.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're saying that they're going to do this in 30 years.
Man.
He actually kind of gets a little bit of a backbone there, because he's like, I draw the line at child murder. And, I was like, okay, he's starting to come into it a little bit. I can't take him seriously. What on earth is he doing? He's upside down.
He scares me.
Palpatine, you were kind of glitching there for a second. You were purple.
I was purple, Zach?
Apparently, Zach didn't pay attention to your screen at all when you came back to camera.
Oh, I saw it. That's why I was laughing when he said, "What the hell?" But it turns out he was just asking you that.
Yeah, I did. Sorry. But I'm okay now, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're good. You're good.
Ultimately, this leads to Layla is there, and they run.
They get out of Dodge, as he's summoning another jackal, another Anubis jackal.
Yeah.
And this is the scene. Everyone was like, "Oh, she beats people up and he just runs around scared." Well, it's because this is Stephen Grant. This is not Mark Spector. That's why.
And she tries to reach Mark, but Stephen's not giving in yet, and he's not. And
she's like, "Summon the suit," and he's like, "I don't know what you mean." Because Stephen doesn't do that. Mark does that.
Yep. He ends up flying out a window, though. And then he does summon the suit.
He doesn't fly out a window. He gets kicked the crap out of the window by the jackal. Pushes him out.
By the jackal, the invisible jackal.
Yes.
And then everything, he's some kind of like drunk and like a lunatic.
And he yells suit on his way down, and then you see him land, and he's in a suit, but it's not the hood suit that we saw.
That's the current suit in the comic books.
It's the fancy suit with the hood and the crescent on it and everything. And Mark, I like when Mark looks at him through the mirror. He's like, "What are we wearing?"
Yeah.
And Steven's like, "I don't know. I kind of like it."
You said a suit.
Said a suit. Wait, what are these? What are these pole things?
He's wearing a 3-piece suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he is able to land a punch He learns to punch the jackal.
Way to go, Steven.
But that's all
One
before he
punch.
ends up hitting a bus.
One punch.
Um,
Yes.
I just want to say, Mark missed a chance to say they're Truntrians. TRU. Forget it. Because those aren't Poles. They're Truntrians.
He actually said that?
No, in the comic books he did.
In
Yes,
the
I know,
comics,
in the
they're
book
called
he-
truncheons, and the show, they're called poles. He's saying it would have been cool if Mark had told him that. but-
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
But ultimately, he ends up against the bus, and he looks into the reflection. The mask is gone, and Mark is saying, I can handle this. Please, just give me back the body.
But Steven, being a jackass, refuses to. So,
No, he does.
No. At this point, he does. Because now there's other people around. There's like a whole crowd of people around. So in order to keep them all safe, that's why
I'm
Mark
just
is
saying,
asking.
this is where the show got really great for me, because we get rid of Steven, the show really picks up a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Mark Spector is the most interesting of them. Steven is fun to watch for a little while, but he gets a little tiresome in this episode.
For the first 10 minutes, okay, we can have Steven. Then give me all Mark.
Well, ultimately, Mark is able to handle the jackal. I love the final shot with the jackal because it ends up on the top of like this church, and he's stabbed through, and he just disintegrates. And after that, Konshu is telling Mark, you said that Steven wouldn't be a problem. You said that he wouldn't get in the way. I'm getting tired of this. You are changing the terms of the deal. I did all this for you, and now look what you're doing.
We also find out the reason. Well, I don't know if you put it out. Arthur, Ethan Hawke's character, originally was talking to Steven. I don't know if you guys missed yours or not, but he said, the person he's coming after in the next, if Konshu wants, if Mark leaves, his wife.
That's right. Yeah. We find that out through Arthur, and then later on, Konshu says, the next avatar, if I have to pick another avatar of justice, you might not like who it is because they're so close to you. Yeah.
And it is ultimately, Mark asks Konshu, all right, what now? And Konshu just laughs and says, what now? As if you don't know. And then we see him waking up in Egypt. Dun, dun.
Yeah, but we also see Mark drinking with a bottle, and then you see Steven in the cracked mirror next to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do want to point out, whenever Konshu speaks, I'm asking myself, is this Leslie Nielsen?
I don't get that at all.
The voice. He kind of sounds when. You ever watch that movie where Leslie Nielsen he played Zeus?
I know who Leslie Nielsen is. I've never seen a movie where he played Zeus, but I don't get that vibe from this character.
Well, I'm saying the voice actor.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, it didn't sound like him to me.
The man from Taken.
Well, I will say that it is a strong finish. This episode, I felt like it did wane a little at the beginning after we had the bombastic end of episode 1.
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm getting the names confused. Who's the guy from Taken?
Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson, Liam Neeson.
Wow,
that's even more far off. He's got like a heavy accent,
but he sounds like it though.
No, I think you've got fuzz in your ear.
I just can't believe you confused Liam Neeson with Leslie Nielsen. That is a ridiculous confusion.
To be fair,
now I'm thinking of Mr. Magoo saying he has a certain set of skills.
To be fair, though, I've never claimed to be sane.
No, you never have.
That is true.
Ultimately, though, this episode does finish strong. I feel like it does. Steven can get a little tiresome, but I can't say that I was bored. I was definitely interested throughout it. And look, you're right, Maranya. It is less confusing. I liked the confusion there in episode 1 of it getting to that point where things became clear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think, it does slow down a little bit at the beginning because it's like, oh, wow.
To be fair, Ron Perlman and Mickey Rourke, they both look like shit.
Oh,
Ouch. But yeah, I
Clark
think
has moon wax.
it does slow down, like especially with Steven going back to the museum and there's like the whole security footage scene, all that. It's like, okay, did we really need this whole drawn out thing? Like I could think of ways it could have been shot to be shorter. But yeah, no,
It's gonna blow your mind. This is gonna blow your mind, I'm telling you.
Once it gets to like Arthur and Mark, yeah, it definitely picks up. It's way more enjoyable. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in episode 3.
And yep, me too. But I think that's about it. I want to hear Froggy's full thoughts. Go ahead and give me your full thoughts on this episode.
The show is better if you get rid of Steven.
Okay, those are thoughts.
Those are thoughts. Actually, I would say the show would be better if Stephen Grant was the wealthy socialite or social whatever he was, versus the meek, timid gift shop guy.
Hey, back there, close the door. Never mind. Let's go.
Anyway, we want to thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We want to hear your thoughts below. We might talk about them next week if you're watching afterwards. Also, make sure to subscribe and, of course, check out the Ko-Fi if you can. But that's about it. For Froggy, Zach, and myself, we really want to thank you before we all come together and we say, bye!
Straight!
Forest fires.
Yes! Start many forest fires in the name of Palpatine.
Careful. You might have some flaming homos. But okay. Bye!